This past E3, Nintendo released, excuse me, hold on. Okay. Hey everyone. This past E3, Nintendo released a bunch of trailers and information for games that are coming out in 2021 and beyond. In this special episode of Delve Live, we're going to discuss just some of the games that are coming out from Nintendo in 2021. Hi, everyone. Welcome to an episode of Delve Live. I'm Tom Morris, and Delve is the live stream and show that celebrates everything pop culture, whether it's video games, comic books, animation, movies, or a collection of everything else. We discuss it every week in Delve. If you haven't yet, make sure you have liked and subscribed to our many social media pages on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Make sure you share some of our content, as Delve Live is a weekly discussion show, especially where I like to get audience members to participate. And thank you, Jeremy Holder, for being first. We're going to have to add that to the broadcast. You are first. Not only are you first, but you are also the first that are on the stream. And as always, I'm having some type of errors here and there, so we'll make this interesting here in a bit. Let us go to our first topic, which is news and observations throughout the week of pop culture. There is a lot of stuff that's been going on we talked about earlier, and one of them definitely was Sonic's 30th anniversary. And with that anniversary, we had some discussion about some of the things that was going to be out for Sonic this year. One of them was a free concert symphony, 30th symphony concert that just was on last yesterday, as a matter of fact, 6/23, 2021. Unfortunately, I don't have any footage of it, but I can tell you that I thought it was amazing. If you haven't had an opportunity yet, you want to go to Sonic's website, sonic30th.com, also their YouTube channel. And to be honest with you, if you haven't, make sure you have taken the time to listen to it. There was a lot of cool items that were in this event, a lot of songs that really brought back a lot of great memories. I'm going to say that the orchestra parts for the vintage Sonic games, Sonic 1, 2, 3, were awesome. And then we had like an intermission. We went into some of the rock and roll by oh geez, and I'm gonna forget their name. I've been listening to the tunes all day, from Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, Sonic Heroes, Crush 40. Then you had the DJ playing some tunes, and it all kind of crescendoed at the end. And so if you haven't had an opportunity yet, hit that up, sonic30th.com, on their YouTube channel, Sonic the Hedgehog, and really enjoy the Sonic 30th Anniversary Symphony. Now, let's talk about definitely fallout from E3, as I'd like to call it. Now, I'm saying this knowing that E3 was a couple weeks ago, and it was amazing. There was a lot of great stuff there. There was also just a lot of information that some of us has already seen and talked about. And my purpose of the discussion here is definitely to shed some light on what is coming out here in the future. It's not going to be an all-inclusive list of Nintendo games that are coming out from 2021 to 2022, because it would be very long. But I just want to give you some highlights on what is coming out and what can you expect from a few titles. Then we'll get to 2022 and maybe some speculation. I don't want to speculate too much. So up first, that is going to be out on Friday, which is tomorrow when people see this, is we're going to have Mario Golf Super Rush. And it's golf with the Mushroom Kingdom twist. Let me play some of the trailer for you on when it was announced.
Welcome back to Mario Golf Super Rush. Players from all over the Mushroom Kingdom Mario with a tough shot. And he cuts it beautifully around that boulder. The play today is superb. Oh, he stitches it. Over to Wario. This might work. Bowser is taking a close look at this one. It's a tricky green. Whoa, here comes some real star power. Mario is not waiting his turn. Oh my, Bowser has just been hit by a massive explosion. He's out of the lead. And away they go. Things always get intense in speed golf. Wait a minute, is that legal? Pauline is using a custom club. And Waluigi noses his way in front. But wait, here comes Yoshi. He's literally crushing the competition. Is this still considered golf?
Master your swing and bring on the competition in Mario Golf Super Rush. Rated E for everyone, only on Nintendo Switch.
Let me replay this Mario thing again.
Welcome back to Mario Golf Super Rush. Players from all over the Mushroom Kingdom are competing to see who will emerge victorious. Mario with a tough shot. And he cuts it beautifully around that boulder. The play today is superb. Oh, he stitches it. Over to Wario. This might work. Bowser is taking a close look at this one. It's a tricky green. Whoa, here comes some real star power. Mario is not waiting his turn. Oh my, Bowser has just been hit by a massive explosion. He's out of the lead. And away they go. Things always get intense in speed golf. Wait a minute, is that legal? Pauline is using a custom club. And Waluigi noses his way in front. But wait, here comes Yoshi. He's literally crushing the competition. Is this still considered golf?
Master your swing and bring on the competition in Mario Golf Super Rush. Rated E for everyone, only on Nintendo Switch.
Okay, that was Super Mario Rush. That's coming out tomorrow, Friday, June 25th. And to be honest, I don't want to talk too much about it because a lot of people are going to probably play it and we're going to have some information. But of course, it's a Mario sports game, so you know it's going to be crazy. It's going to have up to four players that you can do locally or online, golfing with friends as you're going through the Koopa. I guess, what do they call let's see, they have a course, Bonnie Green's Country Club. You can play in adventure mode and go from beginner to pro. You can also go on energetic speed golf, which we just saw in the trailer, and exciting golf adventure. You can use simple motion controls, or you can use your Switch Controller Pro and play with the buttons. Excuse me. With anything else, there is a lot of awesome stuff. And I would be honest with you, I was going to play Mario Tennis, but there's a certain thing called a Nintendo Switch game that I need to bring from my house. And so maybe later on this week, I will get on and do a dedicated Nintendo Sports moment with Mario Golf. No, not Mario Golf, but Mario Tennis. But basically, you can play up to 3 other people into the courses, build up your Mii character, and rank them up from beginner to pro. You can also face off against other Wario and Waluigi. It's going to be a fun Nintendo game. And that, again, that's going to be out in tomorrow. You will have up to 16 characters that you'll be able to use. Also, what I think is awesome is after this game comes out, June 25th, there's going to be a lot more to come from the Mushroom Kingdom infused golf game. They're going to have free updates to the game that will include additional courses and playable characters. Those will be released in the future. And it's almost time. The fairway is almost open. Now let's talk about another game, a remaster for Zelda's 35th anniversary, The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD. That is coming out July 16th. The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword game soars onto Nintendo Switch. This is the first game chronologically in the Nintendo Switch franchise. As you join Link in this high-flying quest to save Zelda, a childhood friend who must confront her destiny. Soar between floating islands and descend to the treacherous surface world in this updated HD version of The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. You're going to master realistic swordplay that corresponds to your movements. Gently swing your sword and angle your slashes to uncover and break through opponents' defenses using the intuitive motion controls. Which some people, I'm going to be honest with you, some people found the motion controls. This was originally released for the Wii. They found them pretty divisive. I have to say that I really enjoyed them because slashing back and forth with the Nintendo Joy-Con, or at the time the Wii controller, I thought was pretty awesome. Link's in-game movements will correspond to the angle, which I talked about in the Joy-Con controller, creating immersive swordplay that relies on strategy and accuracy. Movements feel smoother and more immediate thanks to the Nintendo Switch system's increased processing power and HD graphics. Take advantage of the newly added button-only control scheme, perfect for playing in handheld mode or on the Nintendo Switch Lite system, which is pretty cool. If you don't like the handheld controls, grab your Nintendo Pro controller. Of course, here are some of the awesome graphics, but as everyone knows, we like to look at trailers. So I'm going to play the trailer here on The Legend of Zelda. That is just some of the graphics, the gameplay that you will see on Nintendo's Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD. Remember, that is canonically and chronologically the first game in the Legend of Zelda series. So if you haven't played it on the Wii, now would be a great time to play it on the Switch. And I think there's a reason that we're getting this game. I'm going to go a little bit more of that here in a bit. Now let's talk about Metroid Dread. This is the first 2D Metroid game with a new story in 19 years, and it's coming this year to the Nintendo Switch. Metroid Dread is a direct sequel to 2002. Wow, 2002, the last time we had a 2D new story in the Metroid line of game. Metroid's Fusion came out in 2002 for the Game Boy Advance. It will conclude the 5-part saga focusing on the strange interconnected fates of bounty hunter Samus and the Metroids, which kicked off with the original Metroid game for the NES. And that was at least, 30 years ago? In this game, Samus heads alone to a mysterious robot planet and is hunted by a dangerous new mechanical threat, the EMMI robots. By gaining abilities, you can return to areas you've already explored and visited to find new places and hidden upgrades in classic Metroid gameplay. Explore the sprawling map, evade the EMI robots, and overcome the dread plaguing the planet when Metroid Dread launches for Nintendo Switch October 8th. Samus's story is going to continue after the events of Metroid Fusion, when she descends upon planet ZDR to investigate a mysterious transmission sent to the Galactic Federation. The remote planet has become overrun by vicious alien life forms and chilling mechanical menaces. Samus is more agile and capable than ever, but can she overcome the inhuman threat stalking the depths of ZDR? Of course, you're going to be able to acquire familiar abilities as you traverse the many environments of this dangerous world. Parkour through obstacles, slide through tight spaces, counter enemies, and battle your way through the planet. Return to areas and use your new abilities to find upgrades, which we talked about earlier. This game is coming out here on October 18th. This is the first new Metroid game since 2002, 2D, I should say. And it's looking really good. But as usual, we'd rather see gameplay footage. So let me get to the trailer. As you can see, that looks pretty scary. Let's get to the trailer for Metroid. Again, Metroid Dread coming out in October. Then October 29th, we are going to have Super Mario returning in Mario Party Superstars. I can't believe I just went through all that and I was muted. Note to self. Note to self. Make sure that I, yes, thank you, Josh. Note to self, always check when I go back and forth. Let me start this again. This is the wonderful thing of editing, and I thank everyone who's let me know when you can't hear me, because sometimes I don't think I can hear myself, and I'm the one that's talking. Okay, ready for another round of Mario Party Mania? It's time for a Superstar collection of Mario Party boards and minigames. Mario Party Superstars features 5 classic boards from the Nintendo 64 era and a collection of 100 minigames from across the Mario Party series. And all game modes can be played online. You are the superstar when Mario Party Superstars launches for Nintendo Switch on October 29th. Try your hand at Superstar collection of minigames from throughout the Mario Party series, whether you are saving up coins for stars in board game mode or practicing in free play. There's nothing quite like being the last one standing in Mushroom Mix-Up or Shy Guy Says. All minigames are played with button controls, so you can stick to the Joy-Con controller or bust out the Nintendo Switch Pro controller or a Nintendo Switch Lite system. This is what I think is going to be pretty cool. You can bring the party anytime, anywhere with same system. Same system, local wireless, or online play. Matches with friends in board game mode save each turn, so feel free to take a break and pick up where you left off. So let's say Jeremy, Josh, myself, and Aunt Jean are all playing here. We're doing online play. We can save our session, and then we can come back later. Use stickers to praise or pester fellow players as you race across the board collecting stars. All modes support online multiplayer, so you can hop in with your friends for a few mini games or a marathon 30-turn match. Victory is just as sweet, and stealing stars is just as satisfying from anywhere around the globe. Just going through, I didn't download a video for this, so we're just going to go through some of the graphics. A lot of these were Nintendo 64 games, and they've been remastered and redone. Plus, Mario Party is just a fun time game, and that is really one of the best things about Nintendo. Is no matter what we do, no matter what we play with, it is a lot of fun. And here's another game that some people might have played on an earlier Nintendo system. Advance Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp. Command an army in strategic turn-based combat as a tactical advisor for the Orange Star Army. Your expertise is needed as you move land, air, and naval units across the battlefield and unleash powerful CO abilities to turn the tide of battle. Take down enemy squads and capture towns and bases to secure victory and keep the peace. Keep an eye on the game-changing terrain and weather as you lead units across 2 campaigns that cover the events of the Advance Wars and Advance Wars 2 Black Hole Rising games. Advance Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp launches for Nintendo Switch on December 3rd. You can defend your land with the help of Andy, Mac, Sammy, and other commanding officers, each with their own specialties and CO powers. Andy can repair units, while Sammy can boost the abilities of troops. Your opponents can use CO abilities of their own too. Throughout both campaigns, the COs you meet play a critical role both on the battlefield and the story. And you can also recruit some friends to see who the superior strategist is. When you aren't busy keeping the peace in one of our 2 campaign stories, flex your army commanding chops in versus mode. Up to 4 players can battle on dozens of maps. Each player chooses a CO from either campaign and can strategically use their CO powers to turn the tides of battle. Customize your combat with options like funds per allied base and fogs of war. Now, again, looking at some of the screenshots, and this is a turn-based strategy that was originally released for the Game Boy Advance. They're bringing it to the Nintendo Switch. Let's watch the trailer. I really enjoy just showing trailers.
Thrilling stories, memorable characters, and vibrant gameplay are in store as you lead the commanding officers to victory. Play the first 2 Advance Wars campaigns in Advance Wars 1+2 Reboot Camp, marching on to Nintendo Switch this holiday. Pre-orders begin today on Nintendo eShop.
That was a look at Advanced Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp. Now, like I was saying, this was just a sample of the games that Nintendo is releasing in 2021. It's not an all-encompassing list because there are some titles that I left out for the sake of time. But we also, in September 10th, tentatively, dates can change until they're done, but these look pretty solid. WarioWare, Get It Together, which will release September 10th. Then we have a Game & Watch system, The Legend of Zelda, November 12th. A game called... And those are some of the games. So let me read off this list one more time. Mario Golf Super Rush, which will be June 25th, which is tomorrow. The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD, July 16th. WarioWare Get It Together, September 10th. Metroid Dread, October 8th. Mario Party Superstars, October 29th. Game & Watch The Legend of Zelda system, November 12th. Advance Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp for December 3rd. Like I said, those are just announced titles so far. There can always be more titles that Nintendo brings out in 2021, whether it's a stealth drop or when they're ready, they'll start talking about it. Which brings us to 2022. And there are a couple of games that are on the list, Splatoon 3, but here's the big one. Sequel to Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. We haven't really gotten the official trailer, the title for it, and I think there's a reason for that, which I'm going to comment on here in just a moment. Here are some screenshots from the E3 Nintendo Breath of the Wild sequel. And we'll have a trailer here in just a moment. I just wanted to go through some of these. And this one is one of the very few games, I think, if you want to, there was Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, that we get a sequel on the same system, a follow-up to the story. So if you haven't played Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, you still got some time because this game could be out anywhere in 2022. It's definitely, there's going to be a lot to it. And after we watched the trailer, I want to make a comment on my prediction on what this might be about without spoiling too much of Skyward Sword. Let us watch the trailer. There we go. The latest E3 trailer for The Legend of Zelda, the sequel to Breath of the Wild. Nintendo has said that there is an official title for this game, and they haven't released it because it would give some spoilers to the content of the game and the plot. Here's my thinking. I don't have any inside information. I wish I did. Maybe one day I will. But we're getting the Skyward Sword HD here next month. That's the first canonically or chronological game in the series. A lot happened in that game, and I'm not going to spoil it because just in case some people haven't played it and kind of figure out where all the enemies come from. I have a feeling that the sequel to Breath of the Wild, with what we've seen, I think it ties back to the Skyward Sword. I think we're going to see more of the sky world in a way, if you want to say the sky cities and places that we're going to. So we're going to have like our overworld this year might be up in the sky, locations from Skyward Sword. And then we're also going to have the Breath of the Wild continent that's still going to be the same. I feel that the main boss, the main antagonist of this next Zelda game is going to be the main antagonist from Skyward Sword HD. I don't have any clues to go on. I don't just kind of thinking we get this Skyward Sword HD. We have they're showing certain things of Zelda, and maybe it has something to do with the Age of Calamity side game that has come out. I don't know for sure, but I like to kind of think of maybe that's the reason why we're getting Skyward Sword HD. One of the reasons, I should say. Which brings me to my question. I just showed you some of the Nintendo titles that we're going to get in 2021. And of course, the big one in 2022. Our Dell's Pop question of today is, what Nintendo games are you looking forward to playing this year? Whether it's your Virtual Console or your Super Nintendo or Nintendo Retro Systems, let me know in the comments what you're looking forward to playing this year. Now we're going to delve into the chat. And the reason we're delving into the chat as opposed to playing the game is, I think some reason, I don't know why, but it was really lagging my system when I had my game HD system on there. So unfortunately, there's going to be no gameplay this episode. So let's have a discussion into the chats. Because there's some great comments here. Jeremy Holder, Sonic Adventure 2 Battle and Heroes was my favorite. Like, oh my God, you don't know how much that was an impact on my life. Jeremy, did you get an opportunity to listen to the music, the symphony? Because when I was listening to that, it brought back a lot of great memories for me. Hearing that, the classical music, seeing the symphony play, the rock band, Crush 40, playing those tunes with the gameplay footage. So if you've got some great memories of like what type of impact it made in your life, throw it in the comments because I'd always like to hear that type of stuff. Yeah, I was lagging and a lot happened with the lag, so I had to unplug one of my things. So hopefully we'll get some gameplay gaming here pretty soon. Is this still considered golf? Maybe my favorite line in the game trailer ever. When I was watching that, if you haven't, Josh, Holy Moly on ABC, I think they're in their third season or second season. That is a fun mini golf game show. My mom and I watch it, and I'm telling you, it is the perfect blend of serious, funny mini golf. It's during the summer of games, I think ABC calls it. That is a definite must recommend. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy it. Jeremy, I really want this game, Skyward Sword HD. I didn't beat it on the Wii. Oh, you didn't? Okay. Well, then I'm glad I didn't say anything about Skyward Sword. I had the gold version with the music disc. I did too. And I'm hoping that once everything starts going, that we get a Nintendo Legend of Zelda symphony like they did Sonic, because hearing those tunes through the years with orchestra, oh, if they do one a virtual event, I'm watching. And I'm hoping in the rest of 2021, 2022, if they do a tour of like, I think it was like the Legend of Zelda, the Goddess Tour, I definitely want to go. So I might have to take a few people with me. Gene, okay, you don't have a Switch. Bummer. But you never know. You still got some time to get a Switch. Maybe that could always be a combination birthday, Christmas, or just because we generally want you to play these video games. So we'll have to see what comes out of this. But yes, I can tell you that there's a lot of great Nintendo games that you get a Switch. You'll have a lot of fun, whether you're doing the Switch Lite or the regular Switch with portable and hook it up to the console. Didn't you feel when you were watching those Metroid Dread that you were getting a alien feel, like that claustrophobic sense of going down corridors and watching? I watched some of the additional gameplay trailers or gameplay footage from Nintendo's Treehouse. Those are scary, and there's more than one. I will say that. Metroid looks cool. Yes, I'm looking forward to the 2D Metroid. Zelda looks good too. If you're talking, we can't hear you. I'm hoping someone can hear me now, because I feel like a lot of times in my life I talk and no one listens. So I don't know if that's a personal problem that I have, or I'm just tuned out all the time. I'm glad you all can hear me. The N64 memories. I love Mario Party games, but they make you want to disown family and friends. Yes, many relationships and friendships have been lost due to the chaos that is Mario Party, especially the ones with the motion controls, because sometimes you can go a lot faster than other people and they just look at you and stare, or you're just about ready to win and then you land on something and you take all their stars. Yeah, I get overexcited there, and I'll probably sleep on the couch or outside. I'm glad you like the trailers, because I feel gameplay trailers, not the cinematic opening trailers that you get. I like to see actual gameplay trailers. That's a real big, I'm a proponent of showing actual gameplay. Of course, sometimes we're going to get cinematic trailers, but the more gameplay that we can see and feel, we get a better idea of what the game is. So yeah, it's cool for the announced trailer to have the big cinematics, but let's show some gameplay. Then yes, Mario Party games at our house. And I'll tell you what, you'll still be probably playing Mario Party here soon. Whether once everything starts to settle down, you'll be able to come over and we'll play some Mario Party. I'll bring the Switch over, get a few Joy-Cons. And the scope of Zelda is crazy. So Jeremy, will you be getting the Skyward Sword and finishing it the first day? Let me know in the comments. So that was a special look at what Nintendo is bringing out, just a portion of what they're bringing out for 2021 and beyond. Of course, 2022, we have a lot of games that are still haven't been announced yet. Metroid Prime 4, maybe another Mario. We don't know. And that's the cool thing. But we got to remember sometimes we get so excited of what's coming out that we might forget what is right in front of us. So make sure you take your time to enjoy all the video games that are out now. Let's discuss them as you play them. Tell me what some of your favorite events. You can put it on your social media, our social media here on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, maybe a short video sharing, because I'd like to get some interaction. And I want to thank everyone for watching. So in the meantime, think about that question of what you look for from Nintendo this year and what you're like to play. For this episode of Delve, I'm Tom Morris, and until next time, enjoy everything related to pop culture.